Alright guys, we're going to try something different today. I'm going to give every character in Multiple Type Lumina a class besides the ones that obviously already have classes in Vagrant order other Type-Moon works. So let's start with Shiki. Obviously, he's an assassin. I can't see him being anything else, to be honest. Arcueid, as we know her, has been a moon cancer. She's been a berserker. So obviously she's going to be one of those two. And on top of that, if we even go into Red Arc, then she's just a straight up berserker. It has also been said in a doujinshi released in 2022 on August 13th, the Type-Moon Manuscript that was released at Comic-Con has some information talking about Archetype Earth, in this case specifically remake Arcueid, and it gives her luminescent form, and I assume the Red Arc form, some stats, and also a class, which is Berserker. Following that, we have Ciel. This one stumps me a bit, but I think she could be a good archer because she can throw the black keys, so she's a distance fighter like many archers are. I think she could be a decent assassin, and this may be a stretch, but potentially a saber. Then we have Akiha. Now Akiha, from the way she fights, she feels more like a caster to me because she uses, while it may not be magic, she uses her own power, which can be looked at as magic depending on your perspective. Generally, I don't see her fitting in any other class too well. Maybe if we're stretching it, we can make Archer work potentially, and maybe Berserker. Following that, we have Hisui and Kohaku. Hisui, I feel like because she is a saber face before saber faces, and she has a sword, let's just say saber. And then Kohaku, obviously assassin, because if you know her origins and what she does, what she makes, it makes sense. Now for Kouma, this may surprise some people, but I think while I could see him being a berserker-like individual, I think assassin is better for him because even though he's not stealthy, he did in fact kill the Nanyas because he was ordered to like an assassin on a job. And on top of that, we also have other assassins out there who aren't necessarily stealthy, but just very strong, like Li Xuan. Following that, we have Noel, who I think could be a good lancer considering her weapon choice, but also I think considering how manic she can get, Berserker could also work as another option. Rowa, honestly, I would go with caster, simply due to his use of magic and the unique way in which he uses it. Now Miyako is going to be kind of difficult for me because I'm not sure where specifically her skill set actually puts her, so if you don't know that much about her skill set, and I don't feel like she's done much of anything so far to have her really sit in any class well enough. But if I had to give an answer, I'd say she'd questionably been to maybe like a low tier assassin or like a low tier berserker. So Vlov is gonna be a lancer. I say specifically because when he gets serious and he brings out his lance, that is perfect for the lancer class, obviously. And while I do believe he could fit somewhat into the caster class, seeing how he fights, I feel like lancer is just better for him. Now he does also have a sword, but I think lancer is just better for Vlov at his peak. Dead Apostile Noel, I'm gonna go with lancer or berserker. Same reason with like Vlov and regular Noel when it comes to lancer. Look at her main weapon, look at how she fights, it makes sense. But I will say berserker for the same reason as the other Noel. Now while I've only been talking about the normal 7 classes, Noel could also theoretically fit into the Avenger class because she wants vengeance on Rowa, and she's doing that by getting revenge on who? Ciel. We have Aoko, caster, obviously she has the true magic and all that, she's pretty busted, it makes sense. Then we have Mario, this one another toughie because he doesn't fight on his own, he puppeteers, and because of this I'd say caster, maybe because he can cast his strings on others and control them through his techniques, but also because of his influence in the church, he could probably hire some assassins or get some people to take out some threats on his order. So Power Ciel can be a lot of things, honestly. She has her gun, meaning she can be an archer, obviously, or a gunner. She has her large sword, which means she could also be a saber. And at least in type Lumina, she does actually cast more magic than her normal self, so caster I guess could also work. But honestly, I'm going with more of archer or saber in this scenario. Probably archer, because she can also extend the sword and fight with a distance that way. So let's just say one of those three. And lastly, for now, we have NECO Arc. What would she be? Foreigner, because she comes from a different place, the Great Cat Village. So foreigner, because frankly, she does not fit anywhere else. And you know what? I think the cat deserves, if anyone, to be one of the exceptions to the normal class system.